Yes.
I'd like to mention item number 13. It
Yes.
is pertaining to bench 3 wrongly listed before this bench.
Mr. Ayuddin Learned Counsel for the petitioner submits that this matter pertains to civil bench 3, but it has been wrongly listed before this court today. I request you to verify and list the matter.
7 were received on 8 and they go the expiry date is on 14th, your lordship.
Monday.
Obliged, lordship.
Yeah, please, your lordship. Your lordship, this matter may be listed for admission on 14th of August.
Why?
Matter relates to settlement of land.
You make an application before the register.
Obliged.
These are not urgent matters.
May I please, your lordship? I like to mention for listing in the next week.
What matter?
Lordship, matter relates to payment of area salary, non-payment of area salary.
You mentioned before the appropriate bench. Bench 3. Yes, next.
May I please, your lordship, with the consent of the other side, I beg to mention item number 25 to 27.
Yes. What do you want?
After a week,
After? You are appearing for whom?
as Banik on behalf
On
of
the-
SN.
With the consent of learned counsel for the opposite party, the petitioner's counsel has sought adjournment in these cases for 2 weeks. Since the prayer is not opposed, same stands allowed. Let the matters be listed accordingly. Matters 25 to 27. Yes.
Listing on Monday, lordship, settlement of heart,
Sorry,
settlement of heart, lordship.
settlement of heart.
Heart, lordship.
What is the urgency?
I am the highest bidder, but the second bidder is also settlement, said.
Oh, all right. Is it bench 4? Bench 5? Settlement of heart is bench 4 or 5? Check it, check it, check it.
My please, lordship. Lordship, I beg to mention for unlisted motion today, lordship. Matter relating to disqualification of a ward member in a panchayat, lordship.
Monday.
Obliged, lordship.
Kindly pass over the matter for timing, my lord. My senior is in.
Some instruction was called for my lord regarding the holding of the election matter.
Who is your senior? Who is your senior?
Mr. R. Dubey, my lord, from AS is Assam State Election. My lord.
Where is he? He has not come.
Yes, my lord, he is yet to come, my lord. Kindly pass over.
First one.
My lord.
What happened? What is your instruction?
My lord, though the access, not that 1 month period is there, but there is a provision under the constitution which says that generally 6 months period, no election should be held. Perhaps your lordship.
Which constitution? Where is
243,
Constitution.
article 243. my lord.
Article 43.
243E. B proviso, my lord. 3.
243E.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what does it say?
My lord, kindly see an election constituted shall be completed before the expiry of duration. B, your lordship, see, before the expiration of period of 6 months from the date of its decision.
No, but this
Provide-
is regarding panchayat, constitution of panchayat.
My lord.
He is on filling up the vacant post of vice
My lord,
president.
proviso will see. Provided that where the remainder of the period for which the dissolved panchayat would have continued is less than 6 months, it shall not be necessary to hold any election under this clause. So, my lord,
Where
this,
this 243E is regarding constitution of a panchayat and its dissolution.
my lord,
Here the issue is filling up the vacant post of vice president.
Yes.
Has the panchayat been dissolved?
no, my lord.
Then why are you referring to 243?
Lord,
Every panchayat unless sooner dissolved under any law for the time being shall continue. So this is regarding the term of panchayat.
Lord, perhaps the ratio would be, my lord, we may be permitted to file our affidavit, my lord.
No, you hold
I
election.
have annexed the similar order.
And in fact, my lord, there is also a recommendation that has been made by the State Election Commission, my lord, to the state for amending section 10, my lord. Though it would be prospective on blood.
You get time till 11:45 to give your response. Otherwise, we'll dispose of the writ petition.
My lord.
Your submission is not acceptable. Next matter. Yes,
May it please your lordships. Lordship, this matter relates to appointment of special public prosecutor in the district judge court, Borpeta. Lordship. So the,
why it has come here? This is-
But I think it's
Service
tied up
tax.
with my lord.
Huh?
Matter is tied up with your lordship.
Lordship,
The court could not take up, the other
could
court,
not
my
take
lord,
up
could not take up the matter.
lordship. On 31 it came up.
Then it was, my lord, maybe it was then righted to be listed before your lordship.
Is there any office note?
Well, I have not checked up. Bench 4, my lord could not take up. That's why maybe my lord it has come up before my lord.
Right,
as
but
bench
there
five.
should be a,
There was, I think, a order.
The order is there.
Order is there, my lord. The order of the honorable single judge is there, my lord.
no order says not by me.
Not by me.
Does it mean by Mr. Justice Suman Shah?
No, it doesn't.
Then
There
why-
should have been an office note, my lord, to that effect. My lord can ask the registry to put up that office. Otherwise, my lord,
what is the urgency in this matter?
the only thing is, my lord, notice is to go. The challenge is to the appointment of the private respondent as a special public prosecutor post court.
Hmm.
The allegation is that her name was not recommended under the provisions of the CRPC by the, my lord, district and session judge, but still she was nominated, my lord. So that, my lord, I'll have my instructions in the meantime, my lord.
Well, no, notice.
Sorry?
Notice.
Page 28 is the, my lord,
In this matter, traditional AG, D Mazumdar is appearing. So he is on, can it be taken up after some time?
but there's nothing, only a notice.
We'll issue notice that.
Only
Mr.
notice.
But Mr. DJ Kapil and counsel appearing for the petition. There is the risk with amendments made in the writ petition. The petitioner is assailing the recommendation
Yes, lordship.
made in favor of
Page-
referral number page.
Page 31 to 623, my lord. Appointment, my lord.
Say appointment.
Appointment of the respondent number 7
Lordship.
Yes, lordship.
as special public prosecutor to conduct cases under POCSO Act 2012 in the designated special court in the district of Borpeta on the ground that
Her name was
Her
not.
name was
recommended.
not. Her name was not.
her name was
forwarded
not
for the same
forwarded by
purpose.
the committee headed by the district judge of Borpeta. Mr. UK Nayan and his senior counsel
Elders, man, elders.
has appeared for the respond numbers.
My lord, I am for the respond number 4 and 6, my lord.
Respond numbers 4 and 6 and has paid for some time to seek instruction. In 4 weeks since Mr. S. Orwell and Government Advocate Assam has appeared and accepted notice for respond numbers 1, 2, and 3. And Ms. N. Das for respond numbers 1, 2, 3, and 5. And Ms. N. Das for respond numbers 4 and 6. Service of notice is deemed to be complete and the said respondents. Extra copies of the writ petition requisition numbers be furnished to the Learned Department Council. Petitioner to take steps for service of notice on the respond number 7 by registered post with AG.
Bless.
Much appreciated.
I can say.
Lordship, we'd like to withdraw this matter, Lordship. This matter has become infructuous. Lordship.
All right, Mr. P. Borua,
S.J. Soikia.
SG,
S.J. Soikia.
as the Saikya Learned Council for the writ petitioner submits that the matter has become infructuous given the pendency of the writ petition and therefore he has instructions to withdraw this writ petition. The prayer is not opposed by Ms.
M. Das.
M. Das Learned Council appearing for the
AGCL, respondent number 1, your lordship.
respond number 1. Mr. S. Borwa, Learned Government Advocate Assam is present on behalf of respond number 3. On the
Lordship,
request
liberty
of-
may be granted.
Huh?
Liberty may be granted, Lordship.
No, then you have to say why you are infructuous matter, what liberty? Mr. On the request of Mr. Saikya, this matter stands disposed of on withdrawal, having been rendered infructuous.
Obliged.
Item 4.
May I please, your lordship. My lord, here the petitioner, my lord, he is a, my lord, rice cultivator, my lord. And the local people of the area, my lord, they have combined together to form a society, my lord. And at their initiative, my lord, one common facility center for premium rice processing unit, my lord. That has been, my lord, sought from the industry department. And accordingly, my lord, the respondent to sanction the said project. Your lordship will find at page 21. That is the sanction order for establishment of common facility center for premium rice
So this
processing.
was the representation,
That's it.
24,
That's
5,
all.
4, 2000.
Yes.
Which page?
Page 21 is the sanction order, my lord.
No,
Which page is the representation?
Page 23, my lord,
23.
annexure 5.
Heard Mr.
B. Borwal.
B. Borwal and counsel appearing for the petitioner also heard Mr. A. Kalita, learned standing counsel, Industries and Commerce Department appearing for the respond numbers
1 and 2, lordship.
1 and 2, Miss G. Bora, learned standing counsel, Agriculture Department is present on behalf of the respond number 3. Mr. The writ petitioner hearing is an entrepreneur involved in rice cultivation and processing of traditional pattern of rice. Agreed due to non-availability of common facility center bracket CFC bracket close for premium rice processing facility in the Jorhat district. The petitioner along with other the petitioner along with another person had submitted a representation dated no date of representation.
That is the 25/4/23.
Where is the date?
My lord, it's in the vernacular, my lord,
The Assembly's person was page 26.
page 26,
25/4, 2023. Addressed to the Commissioner of Industries and Commerce, Udyog Bhavan, Bhamuni Maidan. That is the respond number 2. With a request to set up a CFC.
CFC, my lord, this site where they have selected, my lord, that is not congenial for the environment, and the school is also here.
At a convenient site.
Yes.
Full stop. According to the petitioner, the site selected for setting up the CBSE is not congenial for the purpose. And therefore, the matter requires a revisit by the authorities.
Yes, sir.
After taking into account the views of the stakeholders. Mr. Kalita submits that since the petitioner has already submitted a representation before the competent authority, he would have no objection if the writ petition is disposed of with a direction to the respond number 2 to consider the matter and take appropriate decision on the question of setting up of CBC. Ms. Bora has also agreed to such a request. In view of the above, without expressing any opinion on the merit of the case projected by the petitioner, this writ petition stands disposed of at the stage of motion hearing by providing that the respondent number 2 may examine the representation dated 25/4/2023 bracket annexure 5 bracket close submitted by the petitioner and take appropriate decision in the matter before finalizing on the question of setting up of CBC in the chosen location. The petition stands closed. Yes.
Oblige, Your
Publish.
Lordship, here we have received some instruction, Lordship. The penalty that has been issued, Lordship, that is as per the rules, Your Lordship. Sorry,
You
Lordship.
want a dressing room?
Lordship,
You're not dressed up.
just rubbing, Lordship. May I please the notification, Your Lordship?
What is the instruction?
Lordship, as per the Environment Protection Act, Lordship, this 1 lakh penalty has been granted, was imposed, Lordship.
So that is what is.
Yes, Lordship. And regarding the Lordship, we have sent our the copy of the petition to the Faridabad, your lordship. So we need some time from them.
So you want to make some deposit on the
I will only deposit.
50% of the principal amount
Yes, I will give.
Lordship.
within,
15 days.
all right, without Mr. Ahmed, my counsel for the petitioner. The petitioner is agreed by the order dated 25/7/2023, by means of which he was pay an amount of rupees 4,44,240 as environment compensation for obstruction of, is it called obstruction?
Obstruction, lordship.
Obstruction of groundwater, and also the penalty of rupees 1 lakh imposed upon him for the previous default. First up, the petitioner's grievance is that the penalty was uncalled for in this case, but as regards the principal amount is concerned, he is willing to pay the same on installment basis. First up, by order dated 5/8/2023, this matter was posted today so as to enable Mr. DJ Das Lanet, your CGC,
CC, lordship.
CGC appearing for the
All the
phone numbers one.
Or lordship,
appearing
or
for
not
the
all,
respondents to obtain instruction.
1 and 2.
Today when the matter is 1 and 2. Today when the matter is called up, Mr. Das submits that 4 weeks further time be granted to obtain instruction as the matter is under examination by the competent authority. Mr. In view of the above, issue notice of motion returnable in 4 weeks. Since Mr. Das has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of respondent numbers 1 and 2, and Mr. S. Burwa Lanet G. Assam for respondent number 3, service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned department council. Requisitive numbers within 3 days from today, so as to enable them to obtain instruction and file affidavit. Heard on the prayer of interim relief, having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case, it is hereby provided that the operation of the impugned order dated 25/7/2023 shall remain suspended, subject to the condition that within 2 weeks from today, the petitioner deposits 50% of the amount of environment compensation with the respondent number, respondent number 2, and thereafter file affidavit of compliance. Let the matter be listed accordingly.
Much obliged, lordship, deeply obliged.
Item 6.
May I please? The lordship's earlier order is dated 5/8. Sealing of the shop, my lord. The lordship wanted to know under what law this has been done by the executive minister. The license is issued by the municipal
It
board.
is by the municipality, but we have communicated, the instructions are awaited. Can it be next week, any day?
Your lordship's own order, kindly have a look.
Urgent matters.
These are urgent matters.
I allow the repetition today. On the ground that there is no instruction for coming.
Last part, your lordship indicates.
By the order dated 28th July.
Yes, my lord.
27.
No, your lordship's order is 5/8.
No, the
Oh,
ceiling.
Ceiling is on, yes, my lord,
28th, sir.
29. Page 14.
Mr. P. K. Goswami, Learned Senior Counsel, assisted by Mr. P. Bora, Learned Counsel, appearing for the petitioner. First up, the petitioner herein owns a shop located at Pokaghat in the district of Golaghat, from which he is operating.
It's a stationery shop with a computer also, where
A stationery shop.
stationery shop including computer printing. There's a computer on which it is printed.
Where from he is operating stationery outlet along with computer printing facility, alleging that the petitioner has been
Trade is said to be computer printing.
printing fake
The license.
documents. The executive subdivisional magistrate, Bokaghat, had passed an order dated 28/7/2023, directing that the for issuing fake non-encumbrance certificate.
This subdivisional magistrate ask the executive magistrate by his letter of 28/7 at page 15.
The order dated 28/7/2023, the subdivisional magistrate, Cooperative, that is the respondent number 2, had directed the executive magistrate, that is respondent number 3, to seal the shop of the petitioner. Accordingly, the petitioner's shop was sealed on 29/7/2023. Agreed by the impugn order dated 28/7/2023, as well as the consequent action of sealing the shop of the petitioner. SEALING, the instant writ petition has been filed, inter alia contending that the impugn order is dehoves the authority of law. In order to give the learned, in order to give the respondents an opportunity to respond to the allegation and indicate the authority of law under which the impugn order was issued. This court, by order dated 5/8/2023, had directed the learned government advocate Assam to obtain instruction by fixing the matter today for orders, fixing the matter today for motion hearing. However, today when the writ petition was called up for motion hearing, Mr. S. Borwal, learned government advocate Assam, submits, appearing for the respondent, submits that although communication has been issued to the concerned authority, no response has been received in the matter till today. Mr. It is apparent from the materials on record. Mr. Bora, next time I'll dismiss this writ petition. You can't file a writ petition against only officials. You have not even included the state as a party. Your main respondent is SDO Civil. Next time I'll dismiss the writ petition if I find this. This is being too casual an approach.
Subdivisional officer. Magistrate, my lord.
What is this you have written? Record that the shop of the petitioner was sealed in terms of the directions issued by the respondent number 1 by order dated 28/7/2023. First of, however, it is nowhere indicated as to the provision of law in exercise of which the shop of the petitioner was sealed. Moreover, the order dated 28/7/2023 evidently had adverse civil consequences upon the petitioner, inasmuch as his running enterprise has been brought to a standstill. Notwithstanding the same, the respondents did not serve any notice upon the petitioner or heard him before passing such an order. First up, the order dated 28/7/2023 appears to be a final order without there being any scope for the petitioner to show cause as to why such an order was not called for. Under the circumstances and in view of the failure on the part of the learned government advocate Assam to appraise this court on the instructions sought for, this court is of the opinion that the impugn order dated 28/7/2023 is unsustainable in the face on the face of the record. As such, the same is hereby set aside. The sealing of the petitioner's shop shall forthwith be removed by the concerned authorities. However, if the respondents propose to initiate any action against the petitioner, the same will be done in accordance with law and only after serving prior notice upon the petitioner. With the above observation, this petition stands dismissed. Yes.
Your lordship, 28/7 and 29/7 sealing took place by the executive magistrate on
That's right. The
28.
order is 28/7.
He was delegated his power on
I
28.
mentioned it.
Yes,
Consequential action is on
on
29.
29th.
That has been reflected.
Oh, as well.
Item 7.
Deeply over.
My lord, the present petition is the father of late Agoni Karwa. He was killed by wild animal on 23/7/2022. Thereafter, he filed an FIR as well as also server compensation that we have mentioned in paragraph 3, page 5. Copy were not kept by the petitioner.
Petitioner's brother was killed.
Brother was killed, and this several brothers said they have authorized, and there is a policy of the government to pay compensation that we have annexed.
Counsel for the lead petitioner. Also heard Miss
MS Sabina Ahmed.
MS Sabina Ahmed, learned counsel appearing for the forest department. The brother of the petitioner was allegedly killed by wild elephant on 27/3/2022. As per the standing government policy, the petitioner the standing government policy, the next of kin of the deceased is entitled to compensation. However, when the request for payment of compensation was not considered by the authorities, the petitioner has approached this court by filing the instant writ petition. Ms. Sabina Ahmed prays for some time to obtain instruction facilitating disposal of the writ petition. NOM 6 weeks since Ms. Sabina Ahmed has accepted notice and therefore respondent numbers 1, 2,
And 5.
and 5. And Mr. S. Barua, learned government advocate Assam for respondent numbers 3, 4, and 6. Service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition, requisite in numbers, be furnished to the learned departmental counsel so as to enable them to obtain instruction. Question. Considering the nature of issue involved in this writ petition, an attempt would be made to dispose of the writ petition at this stage of admission.
Well,
Well, at this stage, I'm praying for a notice, my lord.
But Mr. K. N. Chaudhary, learned senior counsel appearing for assisted by Mr. I. H. Saikia, learned counsel for the petitioner. What is the matter about?
My lord, matter is regarding, my lord, adoption of a script which is not correct. Lordship knows under Article 350 capital A, every linguistic minority group has a right of having primary education in their mother tongue. Now, in this case, my lord, this script which has been adopted, according to us, is not the correct script. Therefore, we have also prayed for, an expert committee, constitution of an expert committee. If your lordship should have a look at page 23, our prayer number 2.
The controversy involved in this writ petition pertains to adoption of a script.
Yes.
For imparting education.
Primary education.
Primary education. With regard to a particular.
A Manipuri language matter.
Section of the population.
Yes,
with
section
regard
of
to a particular community. Mr. European from.
I'm for 5 and 7 lots. 5 and 7.
Mr. B. Chakravarti, learned CGC appears and accepts notice. If any issue notice of motion returnable in essence. Mr. B. Chakravarti, learned CGC has appeared and accepted notice for respondent numbers.
Stick your guru.
1, 2, and
1 and 2 lordship.
1 and 2. And Mr. P. N. Sharma, learned standing counsel, primary education.
Elementary education.
Elementary education.
Respondent number 5 and 7
Has
lots.
appeared for respondent numbers 5. As such, service of notice.
Supposing state
is deemed to be complete on the said respondents. Extra copy of the petition be furnished to the learned department counsel requisite in numbers so as to enable them to obtain instruction. Petitioner to take steps for service of.
My lord, we have also prayed for interim notice may be issued, my lord, of the page 68.
On the remaining respondent, heard in the prayer of interim relief, issue notice on the interim prayer.
Yes.
Returnable in 8 weeks.
Item 9.
May I please, your lordship? My lord, this is the admitted amount, my lord, by the UCO Bank, my lord. Petitioner deceased husband, my lord, deposited amount in the UCO Bank, my lord, and he was anomalous, my lord, committed by the bank officials itself, my lord. This is the second round of writ petition. In the first round of writ petition, there was a direction, my lord, and it is admitted amount, my lord. Kindly see in their affidavit, page 30, my lord. Page 30, my lord, paragraph 3, my lord.
What is the prayer in the writ petition?
Prayer in the writ petition, my lord, now on approach, my lord, bank has said that your account has been freezed, my lord, without assigning any reason. Now, my lord, I want the amount to be released in my favor, my lord, and I have to submit a representation also.
Will issue notice
Notice, my lord.
for Mr. AFNU Molla Learned Counsel for the petitioner. The petitioner is aggrieved by the action on the part of the respondent bank in freezing his bank account without following the due process of law. I peruse the amendments made in the writ petition NOM 6 weeks since Mr. N. Goswami Learned Government Advocate Assam has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of respondent number 1. No formal notice is written to the sent to the said respondent. Extra copy of the writ petition be furnished to Mr. Goswami. Petitioner to take steps for service of notice upon respondent numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5 by registered post with EDU within 3 days from today. Heard on the prayer of interim relief, the said prayer will be considered on the returnable date.
My lord, pendency may not be barred.
Pendency of the writ petition shall not be a bar for the bank to redress the grievance of the petitioner in accordance with law if so advised.
Deeply obliged.
I didn't pay.
Please, your lordship.
Yes.
My lord, the petition of your lordship is the small shopkeepers of a daily market under a panchayat, my lord. Their houses, the shops, all the shops, pakka shops have been demolished totally for the purpose of avoiding the PW rules. And at that stage, my lord, we have cooperated with the respondent authorities saying that they have taken the measurement of the shops and also assessment of the compensation. And the assurance was given to us for paying compensation also under the Fair Compensation Act. And subsequently, nothing has been happened. And thereafter, we filed a representation, my lord.
Heard Mr.
One.
Amit Chaudhary, Learned Opinion Council, assisted by Mr. M.K. Chaudhary, Learned Council, appearing for the writ petitioners. Peruse the amendments made in the writ petition. As per the case projected in the writ petition, the shops of the petitioners were demolished and the land was acquired for the purpose of construction stroke widening of Dalgaon Fatasi Mulu PWD Road under Assam Mala project. The petitioners were promised adequate compensation for the land acquired by their land acquired by the authorities. The grievance expressed in this writ petition is on account of the fact that despite such promise made by the authorities, as well as the requirement under the law for payment of compensation, no such step has been taken by the authorities to release the compensation. Mr. Chaudhary has alleged that although other similarly situated persons have received compensation, the petitioners have been deprived of the same. Mr. N. Goswami, Learned Government Advocate Assam, and Ms. S. Sharma, Learned SCPWD, pray for sometime to obtain instruction in the matter. NOM 8 weeks since Ms. Sharma has appeared and accepted notice for respondent number 1 and 2.
1 and 5.
1 and 5, and Mr. N. Goswami for respondent numbers 2, 3, and 4. Service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copy of the writ petition requisite in numbers be furnished to the Learned Department Council so as to enable them to obtain instruction. Lordship, this union versus state, Lordship.
We are very limited prayer, Lordship, for demarcation, survey and demarcation, Lordship. We are submitting an application, let them take the instruction, Lordship. Because the
demarcation of
the railway lane, Lordship, because the Lamding municipalities.
Mr. B. Chakravarti, Learned CGC, appearing for the writ petitioners. The prayer in this writ petition
Joint survey for it
is pertaining to an order of this court for joint survey and demarcation of railway land, which according to the petitioners council has not been heeded to by the state government officials till today. Full stop. Mr. N. Goswami, Ms. G. Hazarika, Learned Standing Council, Revenue Department, Assam, and Mr. N. Goswami, Learned Government Advocate, Assam, have prayed for some time to obtain instruction in the matter. NOM 8 weeks since Ms. Hazarika has appeared and accepted notice for respondent number 1 and 6.
Six is there,
186.
Lordship. 6 is there.
And Mr. Goswami for respondent numbers 2, 3, 4 and 5.
Not five,
Not-
24. Lordship.
3 and 4. Service of notice on the said respondents is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies of the written petition. Requisite numbers be furnished to the learned standing counsel so as to enable them to obtain instruction. Petitioner to take steps for service of notice upon respondent number 5 and registered post with AD. What else?
Lordship short day amendments after 4
6
weeks, Lordship,
weeks, 6
after
weeks.
4 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Yes. Make it 6 weeks. Make it 6 weeks. None appears for the petitioner called matter stands master of the petition. Yes.
Item 14.
My lord, the petitioner before your lordship, along with the respondent number 5 to 9, my lord, is the owner, recorded owner in respect of a land measuring 1 biga 1 kotha of patta number 187, my lord, of village Moratala, my lord. And out of that, the petitioner was possessing 2 kotha of land. But suddenly and surprisingly, on 5/5/2022, my lord, the respondent number 3 and 4, along with some person, my lord, encroached my land, my lord, and started to construct a water tank, my lord.
You have to file civil suit for that.
Exactly.
You know it more than many people.
Yes, my lord.
Then why have you come in? a
But
writ-
they are the government, my lord.
Huh?
The government authority trespass into my land, my lord.
Who is the government? Which government authority?
My lord, respondent 4 and 5, my lord. Public health
You
engineering
obtain
department.
instruction there. Who's there? Who is representing 4 and 5? 5 is a private individual.
So
Private respondent is my co-owner, my lord, my brother and sister, my lord. 5 to 9.
Mr. Das will issue notice, but after 3 years, you will go to the civil court. This is what is happening. This writ court will never grant you relief in this. Never.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't go for shortcuts. Go to the civil court, ask for an injunction, declaration, recovery of possession.
Yes, madam. I may
yes.
be allowed to withdraw.
Yes, Mr.
I may be allowed.
Das learned counsel for the petitioner also heard Miss
My lord, I may be allowed to withdraw.
MS Sabina Ahmed,
MS Sabina Ahmed appearing for the
PhD department.
PhD department. The grievance of the petitioner is pertaining to encroachment of his land by the respondent numbers 4 and 5 to 9.
3 and 5, my lord, and
By respondent numbers 3 and
3 and 4, my lord.
3 and 4.
Yes,
Full
ma'am.
stop. However, when this matter was taken up by this court, Mr. Das has sought leave of this court to withdraw the writ petition with liberty to approach the civil court by filing appropriate petition.
Yes.
Since the dispute apparently appears to be a civil dispute, the prayer made by Mr. Das stands allowed. The petition is disposed of accordingly.
Yes.
Obliged.
Item 15.
May it please your lordship, my lord, before your lordship proceeds, the lordship may peruse your lordship's order that will be collected with you. My lord.
What is this matter about?
My lord, about the cooperative society last operation on 8th, your lordship has passed this judgment that giving me a liberty, your lordship.
You are challenging the order dated 15/7.
My lord, on 3 grounds I have challenged. First of all, your lordship may turn to page 68. Where, my lord, we were not asked, only the complainant and the officials were asked to appear in the hearing. On the next count is this, my lord. They have relied on a rule of 34 of previous act, which got repealed in 2012. And they have stated that there was a judgment of 2009 that rule will appear. My lord, on the basis of a particular provision of law, that is 120.
Where is the order of 15/7?
Page 68. Fourth paragraph, your lordship will find our name does not appear. Only the officials and the complainant. And they have relied on rule 34 of 53 rules. The act got amended, repealed in 2012. And they have relied on a judgment of WPC 2595 of 23, where your lordship will find.
So according to them, at least 4 days time was required for.
As per the previous rule, and the present act says under rule 131, power to make rules. Rules has not been formulated. And they have relied on 120 savings of it.
Mr. Roychudri, you have two options. We'll ask them also. One is that we can ask them to convene a meeting, fresh selection within 4 days, 5 days, whatever you agree. And whoever is selected and elected will be notified. This is what. Or else we can examine the matter, for which notice has to be issued. But you cannot continue on an interim order. That effort.
Because this order is on the basis of a rule which does not exist. The Act of 1949 had got repealed in 2012. How could they rely on a particular rule which does not exist? 4 days notice was on an earlier rule of 1949 Act. And under your lordship is aware of General Causes Act section 6A. One your lordship may look into the particular new act, my lord.
Before 15/7, your clients were not in office.
My lord, because of interim order, I was in the office. Because there was an interim order passed by this court.
What do you say? Do you agree to his submission?
Lordship, I am agree with Lordship suggestion, my lord. The first suggestion, Lordship may direct them to notify a date for selection, my lord. Because I have also seen in the order, their name is also not reflected. And I have received one letter. I have asked them to serve the copy from whom they have served the letter for here, but their name is not.
We have not been heard at all, my lord.
Lordship may pass appropriate order. Bilayat Hussain and 8 others, these are the complainant, my lord. This person
you are not heard.
Not heard at all.
I put Is 56 kindly first meeting they only heard the other two.
First meeting doesn't.
In the second meeting, no, my lord. I have to submit before it's on.
Second meeting was on the 8th of.
Second meeting is on the basis of High Court order, on the basis of observer and peon was.
How could there be, my lord?
But they will have to be heard.
No, yes, my lord. Yes.
Only their statement was recorded, observer and peon.
We'll set it aside and send it back.
My lord, my lord. My lord.
Because he's saying it is this order is passed by relying upon a provision of law which has already been repealed.
Your lordship may turn to the new act.
In fact, your act is there is no notice of serve upon the private testimony.
No, notice was not served when?
Prior to that.
Holding the meeting, first meeting.
So therefore, no notice is required to be served to them. Why?
No, at the time of first meeting of board of directors of the selection, no notice was served to the private testimony. This is the case.
It will repeal the saving so good.
That's why registrar has not served notice to them this time.
49 and 15.
It is not the register.
Were they heard before the order was passed? When were the hearings held? What was the date of hearing?
Date of hearing was lordship respected the 15/7. Same date the registrar had passed the order.
And first hearing was on?
First hearing was, my lord.
3/4? Was it?
No, first meeting.
That was the order, my lord. That was the impugn order. 28/4/23, page 56.
Meeting was hard. In this current hearing was conducted.
I'm not understanding what you all are saying.
First meeting.
We'll
when
issue
the-
rule and he fix it for hearing then.
Page 56.
3/4/2023, my lord. First meeting. For hearing.
First meeting by whom? Register cooperative?
My lord.
I am saying about the meeting on Wednesday, 37/20/22, on that day, the petitioner was selected as the president. On that meeting, no notice was served to the petitioner to participate in the selection of the president as a president, chairman of the cooperative society.
Petitioner respondent, you are respondent in this case. He's confusing my lord.
No, but this order of 15/7/2023, that was also passed without
Yes,
hearing them.
So I have to instruction because
No, I have received instruction. No notice was served. I have to assist my lord, my lord. Proceed was appropriate order.
Notice was only served to the complainant.
Complainant.
Case 56, when the first meeting, all of them are heard. Case 56, only they're challenging that order, they filed WPC on the.
But in fact, the Assam Cooperative Society rules 1953. Rule 34, my lord may kindly have a look. 4 days notice must be served. before holding it.
That act has been repealed.
This is 1953 rules. not
53
1940.
1949 Act, on the basis of which 53 rules were formulated
Yes.
under section 100. When section 100
1953
itself is repealed, so it cannot subsist. And in 131 of the new act, the rule making power has been given to the legislature. Till now, they have not formulated the rule. So now when the previous act goes, the earlier rule automatically goes away.
Mr. Roy Choudhury, why don't you agree to this proposition that
Well, that will amount to, if 4 days notice and others will amount to, that will be perpetuating that illegality, because it was already the registrar has approved our selection and on a complaint of this.
all right, we'll post it on 16th. You obtain instruction and place the records.
My
to
lord.
show whether they have been heard or not.
Well,
My
they
lord.
have already instructed that we have not been heard.
Now, where is the instruction?
Well, only the complainant was asked. Just now she has placed.
No, no, it doesn't say that you are not heard.
Well, we have, in the order itself says that we have not been heard, my lord.
Mr. Roy Choudhury, I'm fixing it on 16th. Or you want it on 12th, on 14th in another court?
No, no, my lord. 16th, my lord.
I want specific instruction to set aside this order.
My lord.
Where is that instruction that you have not been heard? Where is that instruction?
Only thing, my lord, that the order says that the complainant and the officials were asked to appear in the hearing.
So that is your inference.
My lord, order, on the order.
But Mr. P.K. Roy Choudhury, and counsel, submits that the interim order dated 15/7/2023 was passed without hearing the petitioner, and therefore his saying is liable to be set aside only on the ground of violation of principles of natural justice. Ms. M.D. Bora, Learned Standing Counsel, Corporation Department, Assam, has produced a copy of the communication dated 26/6/2023, which prima facie indicates that notice was served only upon the complainants, private respondents hearing, and the officials before passing the order dated 15/7/2023. If that be so, the impugn order cannot be sustained in the eyes of law. However, in order to be doubly sure that the Register of Cooperative Societies had passed the order without giving an opportunity of being heard to the writ petitioner, this matter is directed to be posted again on 14th August, that is Monday, for motion as a fixed item, so as to enable Ms. Bora to obtain specific instruction
Lordship.
in the matter. If they are not heard, we'll set aside.
My lord, my lord. I will produce the record, my
But
lord.
why the registrar is passing these orders without
Yeah,
hearing?
because the petition has filed by the other parties, my lord. That's why he has reheard the matter against the petition filed by the 8 others members of the.
This is his understanding of law.
I'll get
Sir.
the, my lord, my lord.
Just pushing people,
lord,
generating
my lord.
litigation. You wait till 14th.
My
to
lord.
pass an order.
Lordship may kindly fix the matter on 15 or 16, my lord, tomorrow.
15th is a holiday.
16, my lord.
No, no, 14th.
14, lordship.
get the
Deeply obliged, my lord.
Item 16.
May plead the lordship, the petitioner will elected as a board of director of the Tengaguri Assets Limited Registered Society in the election held on 27/2017. And the petitioner number 1 is the vice chairman in the vice chairman. In this case, what happened, my lord? The Board of Directors adopted resolution in its meeting held on 22/6/2021, fixing the date for AGM on 16/7/2021 for the financial year of 2020 and 21. But due to COVID period, they did not allow. The deputy commissioner did not grant permission to hold the AGM due to COVID.
When you obtain instruction.
My
when
lord,
fix
is
it.
the premature writ petition, my lord, because the notice was issued for election, my lord. They are on apprehension, they have filed this writ petition.
I will fix it on Friday, you obtain instruction.
My lord.
Next Friday.
Lordship.
What, miss, your name, please?
HG Daisy.
HGAG Land Council for the writ petitioner peruse the grounds taken in the writ petition. Having regard to the nature of grievance expressed in the petition and the submission of Ms. Bora, MD Bora Leonard SC Corporation Department, that this writ petition is premature. I am inclined to post the matter again on 17th of August 2023. So as to enable the learned department council
My lord, the nomination date, the last date was 17/8/2023.
seek instruction. Facilitating disposal of the writ petition at this stage of motion here.
Lordship.
2 extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned department.
Deeply obliged, my lord.
Item 17.
Lordship, my senior is on legs. Kindly pass the matter for a time being. Item 17 and 18 similar matter.
17 and 18, Lordship. Lordship, they have dismissed my appeal on the basis of time barred. Lordship, in fact, both the cases are not time barred. Lordship, when the senior will be available, I'll argue. It will be taken after time. 17, 18.
You obtain, who is your senior?
DN Gogoi.
Let him come.
Yes,
Item 19.
My lord, petitioner was granted a construction permission, my lord, by the board. Lastly, my lord, on the last occasion, my lord, they have issued a notice that if your lordship find at page 36, my lord, it appears some high-ended political person interfered it. Regarding the aforementioned subject, you are informed that even though you are given building permission by the construction permission, you are hereby required to stop construction work immediately in view of special instruction received. And this notice was passed, my lord, by the Honorable Court. Now again, my lord, they have issued a notice that your lordship will find, my lord, at page 65, my lord, 67. In continuance of the earlier notice that is passed the direction on High Court Office Sorpothar Board, you are violating the terms and conditions of the permission letter so and so for construction of the above. My lord, no, nothing has been said, my lord. Absolutely vague, my lord. You have violated the statutory provision of 36(9). This is new thing. They have, you construct the building over Langthajan River. After earth filling in the Langthajan River, as a result, you have to minimize the wider Langthajan River and block the natural damage drainage of water. You are requested to submit a response to instruction. My lord, we have submitted response, my lord, clearly stating, my lord, if your lordship find, my lord, page 68 at page 69, my lord, that your lordship find. Line about 5th, my lord.
Yes, but page 74, it says reply is not satisfactory.
Yes, my lord. My lord, the first thing, my lord, if your lordship see, my lord, just one photograph, my lord, at page 65 and 66, my lord. Our building, my lord, this second floor is under construction. My lord, this is the Mercy, my lord, drain, my lord, backside. And this land is only there, my lord, in the photograph, clear. The other side, my lord, one building is there, old building, my lord. Old house.
Right now, no order can be passed without serving notice on them.
My lord.
You can't get an expertise stay on this. So you tell me when the notice can be made.
My lord, if your lordship allow, my lord, to serve it, my lord, by the stay, that we can serve, my lord. Your lordship may fix it next week, my lord.
Oh, next week will not be possible.
My lord.
3 weeks. In 3 weeks will be.
2 weeks, my lord. My lord.
No,
because building construction will be stopped, my lord.
Let it be stopped for 1 week. Nothing happens. But Mr. G.L. Saiwala and his senior counsel. DJ Saiwala and TJ Saiwala, Direct Counsel appearing for the petitioner,
I have one lot.
assailing the notice dated 10/7/2023. Asking the petitioner to stop construction of the building undertaken by her. The instant writ petition has been filed inter alia contending that the impugned order is without any basis and has been issued only to cause harassment to the petitioner under political influence. Is that what you think? Under political influence. Full stop. I perused the impugned notice dated 10/7/2023 as well as the subsequent communication dated 21/7/2023 issued by the chairman of the Cooperative Municipal Board. The issue raised in the writ petition cannot be adjudicated without serving notice upon the respondent numbers 2, 3, and 4. As such, issue notice returnable on, we'll make it 28/28. 28 August.
My lord, may I clear one thing, my lord? Can the board be directed, my lord, to take measurement, my lord, in presence of parties, my lord? Because they are making a false allegation, my lord, that I have, my lord, outfilled the drain, my lord. That is absolutely wrong, my lord.
No, let them come and file their representation, then we'll consider. Mr. N. Goswami, Learned Government Advocate Assam, has appeared and accepted notice for respondent number 1. Extra copy of the writ petition is furnished to him. Petitioner to take steps for service of notice upon respondent numbers 2, 3, and 4 by registered post with AD within 3 days from today. In addition, the petitioner is also permitted to make dusty service of notice upon respondent numbers 2, 3, and 4. To be routed through the registry of this court and thereafter file affidavit of compliance. Full stop. Considering the urgency involved in the matter, it is made clear that if the respondent numbers 2, 3, and 4 fail to appear and file affidavit on or before the next date, despite service of notice, this writ petition will be taken up for disposal on the basis of materials available on record.
Made please, lordship.
So he has filed an appeal.
Lordship, Lordship may pass necessary items because he has filed appeal and deposit, pre-deposit the amount also. Lordship, under circular, the department should not take any action against him. He'll appeal his.
Which is the circular?
Page 98, my lord. Relevant para, page 99. Point number 4, my lord.
Page 99, relevant para.
Para 4, my lord. And clause 4.3, my lord.
All right, then we'll dispose it of. Lots. Heard Mr. Harris, Mr. Learned Counsel appearing for the petitioner. Also heard Mr. S.C. Kyle, Learned Standing Counsel, GST authorities appearing on behalf of all the respondents. First up, the petitioner herein is engaged in running a computer institute offering courses to the students. First up, according to the writ petitioner, it has been discharging its duty by depositing service tax as has fallen due from time to time. Notwithstanding the same, the petitioner was served with a demand notice dated 31/10/2019, making a demand of rupees 11,16,914, along with interest and penalty, being the allegedly the unpaid service tax custom, agreed by the demand notice. Thereafter, the respondent number 5, by letter dated 27/9/2022, had initiated a recovery proceeding and had also attached the bank account of the petitioner. Demand notice dated 31/10/2019, issued by the respondent number 4 by the order dated 3/9/2020. Assailing the order dated 3/9/2020, the petitioner has preferred an appeal before the
Respondent number 3, man.
Commissioner Appeals, Central Goods and Service Tax, that is the respondent number 3, by making a pre-deposit of rupees 83,770, being 7.5% of the amount demanded from him. Full stop. Notwithstanding the same, the respondent number 3 has refused to grant any interim order of stay of recovery. Aggrieved thereby, the instant writ petition has been filed. By referring to clause 4.3 of the circular dated 16/9/2014, issued by the Government of India, Ministry of Finance, Department of Revenue, Mr. Mishra submits that any recovery action is required to be stayed pending disposal of appeal preferred before the Commissioner appeal close tribunal. Notwithstanding the same, the respondent number 3 has declined interim relief to the petitioner. Mr. Kyle Leonard SC GST has submitted in his usual fairness that once an appeal is preferred against a demand notice by making pre-deposit, any coercive action would have to be stayed till disposal of the appeal as per the mandate of the notification dated 16/9/2014. Since it is not in dispute that the appeal preferred by the petitioner was accompanied by pre-deposit and is pending disposal, and considering the edict, edict of clause 4.3 of the notification dated 16/9/2014, this court is also of the opinion that the recovery proceeding, if any, against the petitioner ought to be stayed until such time the appeal is finally disposed of by the respondent number 3. As such, taking note of the submission made by learned counsel for both the sides, this writ petition is hereby disposed of by providing that no coercive action shall be initiated against the petitioner for recovery of the amount demanded until disposal of the appeal pending before the respondent number 3.
For additional item 22-23.
My instructions are awaited, I played for some time now.
Below, that's called the long below after you lost your find 312.
So you are protected by interim order.
No, I understand, but in 21 it said the matter was heard.
I have communicated.
And thereafter they said that within 3 days the instruction will be there. Today after 1.5 years. It's saying.
But 3 weeks time may be given, I will file my opinion.
I cannot oppose me to also say the interim protect, but at least
Dr. A.K. Sarab, senior counsel, listed by Mr. H.A. S.J. Saikyal and counsel appearing for the 8 petitioners in this batch of petitions. Mr. B. Gogoi, learned standing counsel, finance, Taxation Department, Assam, appearing for the official respondents, submit that instructions are still awaited and therefore 4 weeks further time be granted for obtaining instruction in filing affidavit. First of these writ petitions were instituted in the year 2020, and therefore it is not understood as to why, even after lapse of more than 3 years, no affidavit could be filed by the departmental authorities. Be that as it may, taking note of the request made by Mr. Google, these matters are adjourned for 4 weeks so as to enable the respondents to file affidavit. Interim orders passed earlier to continue until further order.
As your last chance,
All right.
I will file now.
Why are you in a hurry?
Well, some matters will be disposed of, so pending,
We'll do it.
I'm obliging.
Item 24.
Please, Lordship. Lordship, I am appearing on behalf of respondent number 2 and 3, Lordship. Lordship, we have received the instruction, we will file affidavit, Lordship.
Mr. Your name, please.
Yes, sir, my lord.
Mr. S. Sharma, learned counsel is present on behalf of the petitioner.
M. Gogol,
Mr. M. Gogoi, learned counsel appearing for respondent numbers
2 and 3, Lordship.
2 and 3 submits that he has received instructions and therefore be granted 2 weeks time to place the same on record in the form of an affidavit. Prayer allowed. List this case again after 4 weeks so as to enable the parties to extend pleading.
All right.
Yes.
Item 28.
May please also. Non-payment of contractual dues, my lord.
Non-payment of contractual
Dues, my lord.
bench 4.
My lord.
Bench 4.
Bench for
It appears that this matter pertains to civil bench 4, registered to verify and list the case.
Obliged.
Item 29 and 30.
Lordship, in this case, I pray for some more time to file our affidavit, Lordship.
What do you say, Mr. I. Ahmed, learned counsel for the petitioner is present on the request of Mr. S.S. Roy, learned your CGC.
Lordship, I am for respondent number 2 and 3, Lordship.
Learned counsel for the respondent numbers 2 and 3. This matter stands adjourned for 4 weeks so as to give some more time to the said respondents to obtain to file affidavit. Ms. S. Sharma, learned standing counsel.
4, 5, and 6.
Learned standing counsel PWD is present on behalf of respondent numbers 4 to 6.
Lordship, PWD's affidavit is very much essential, Lordship, so there.
Yes, Lordship, I have received the instruction, but
Ms. S. Sharma, learned standing counsel respondent numbers PWD appearing for respondent numbers 4 to 6 has also made a prayer seeking 4 weeks time to file affidavit. In view of the above, this matter stands adjourned for 4 weeks.
Obliged.
Item 31.
Lordship, I would like to begin with an apology and would pray for some more time to obtain the case record.
Lordship, the present petition is against the confiscation order passed by the respondent number 3, Lordship. Petitioner is a registered owner of a truck. His truck was confiscated by order dated 1/3/2020, Lordship. And thereafter, the petitioner filed an statutory appeal before the district judge, Kasar Silchar. His appeal was rejected, and against that order, the present petition is filed.
So you sought Jimma.
Yes, Lordship. The cancellation of confiscation order, Lordship. Challenging the confiscation order passed by the authorized officer come.
So there is a after district judge's order, no appeal lies.
Appeal has already been filed, Lordship.
Where?
District Judge Kasar.
What has happened to that?
And the appeal is not allowed, rejected, Lordship. And we are directed to, we have given the liberty to file a press representation before the authorized officer come DFO. We have filed it, and that was not till today. That was pending. Lordship. There is no any result.
Where is the representation?
Page 11, Lordship.
Page 11.
Page 41, Lordship. So,
we'll ask the DFO to dispose of his representation. But after an appeal is rejected, how can the DFO allow?
yes, Lordship. He has no any review order, review power, Lordship.
Lordship, some time may be given to produce the case records.
But this is an old matter. Why are you not?
Last occasion, they have also sought adjournment, Lordship.
And they were directed to produce the case record.
Lordship, just very near time, like.
All right, failing which the DFO will be personally present.
Sure, sure.
Mr.
DCTL.
DCTL and counsel is present on behalf of the petitioner. Miss
Sabina Ahmed.
Sabina Ahmed, Learned Standing Counsel, Forest Department, Assam, makes a prayer seeking further, how much time?
1 week time.
1 week's time to obtain instruction and file affidavit in this matter. Full stop. The petitioner's counsel has objected to such a prayer by contending that there is urgency in the matter. Be that as it may, taking note of the request made by Ms. Ahmed, this matter is directed to be posted again on 23rd of August 2023 as a fixed item, so as to enable the Learned Department Counsel to file affidavit and also produce the relevant records. It is made clear that if no affidavit is filed on or before the return next date fixed, this court will consider directing personal appearance of the concerned officials to assist the court in the matter.
Item 32.
Made clear also. No, this is regarding non-payment of contractual liabilities by the Tiva Autonomous Council. Madam.
Bench 4.
Obliged.
Item 33.
May please, our lordship. Lordship, this matter relating to non-payment of compensation amount in the land acquisition case, lordship. Here, lordship is in petitioners. Father was a tenant, lordship. Lordship, case 14, it is the Khotian lordship.
Yes, who is appearing?
We appear for 2, 3, and 4. Previous petition, he was asked to file an affidavit.
Lordship already filed, lordship. I have already filed an affidavit.
That was the only reason. Otherwise, the compensation amount has been deposited with the district authority. So after going through the records, you will pay the compensation.
Lordship, kindly pay this when I have filed representations, lordship. But till date, 25 March 20.
You want compensation or a judgment after 2 years? Choose between the two.
Lordship.
A nice judgment.
Yes.
After 2 years.
Lordship.
Or compensation.
I am
immediately.
seeking
Which one?
Compensation. Lordship.
Then, yes, he has filed his affidavit.
Yes.
What do you have to say on that?
Ultimately, if at all that next of kin certificate is right after going through the records, definitely the authority will go through and find the pay the compensation amount which is lying with us.
Who has deposited the compensation?
It is the railway.
Railway.
Yes.
And deposited with whom?
Deputy Commissioner.
Deputy Commissioner Kamrup Metro.
Yes.
So what does the petitioner have to do for that? What has she got to do with that?
She will be paid the compensation, but thing is that the legal year certificate was not available initially. So she was unable to prove whether she is the actual beneficiary of that acquisition compensation. So after getting all those documents, definitely the authority will go through and under the relevant provision, they will file.
All right, father, the husband of the petitioner has expired.
No, Lord.
Father. Take down. Heard Mr.
I have, lordship.
I have Learned Counsel for the petitioner. Also heard Miss G. N. Bordolay, Learned Standing Counsel, Revenue Department, Assam, appearing for the respondent number 1, and Mr. S. Burwa,
2, 3, and 4.
Government Advocate, Assam, appearing for the respondent numbers 2, 3, and 4. The land belonging to the deceased father of the petitioner, namely late Uhuram Deka, was acquired by the authorities at the instance of the NF Railway for construction of public project. According to the petitioner, her father was a tenant in respect of the land which was acquired for the NF Railway authorities. Although as per the provisions of law, she was entitled to receive compensation, no such payment has been made till today. Hence this writ petition. Mr. S. Burwa submits on instruction received from the referral number two, that the railway authorities have deposited the amount of compensation and the claim of the petitioner will be addressed as soon as she submits proper document, including NOK certificate or legal heir certificate, establishing her link with the land. Full stop. Responding to the above, Mr. So-and-so learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the necessary documents will be furnished to the respondent number 2 within a
Lordship already submitted, Lordship.
necessary documents have already been submitted by the petitioner before the respondent number 2.
And if at all any other additional documents are required, then the petitioner
No,
will.
Tell which document.
Yes.
If that be so, no practical purpose will be served by keeping this writ petition pending any further before this court. This writ petition is therefore disposed of with a direction upon the respondent numbers 2 and 3 to examine the claim of the petitioner and release the payments found due and payable to her for acquisition of the land in question. If the respondent numbers 2 and 3 are of the opinion that any further document is required to be produced by the petitioner in support of her claim for receipt of compensation, the list of such documents will be furnished to the petitioner within 2 weeks from the date of receipt of a certified copy of this order, enabling her 4 weeks time to produce the same. Within 2 months from today, the amount payable to the petitioner shall be released, subject to furnishing of all relevant documents by her as may be required under the law.
Lordship.
Petition stands disposed of. Yes.
Lordship, I have a second prayer, Lordship. I have to file an objections petitions for enhancement or refer the matter to the reference court, Lordship. So that objections may be.
Needless to say, the objection filed by the petitioner seeking enhancement of compensation shall also be considered by the respondent number 2 and take appropriate decision in the matter if necessary for referring the matter to the reference court in accordance with law.
Highly understood.
With the above observation, wait, please. Yes.
Highly understood.
May I please your lordship? My lordship may produce last order, that is 24/7. Issue is regarding my lord. Petitioner of your lordship is an unmarried daughter of a freedom fighter. She is entitled for pension. She is getting state full pension, but not getting central fund pension.
Pension will go to the relevant bench.
Uh,
Pension is not civil bench 5 meter.
Which pension? Four.
Three.
Then
The
maybe.
prayer of the petitioner is for payment of family pension.
No, it is a freedom fighters pension.
Freedom fighters pension. Therefore, to register to verify as to whether this matter pertains to civil bench 5 and thereafter list the matter before payment.
That may be
Within 10 days from today.
Item 35, Mala, I am asking for the petitioner, Mala. But here the instructions are awaited, Mala. The case relates, Mala, to seeking cancellation of a registration certificate, which is unilaterally been issued by the respondents, Mala. But on the last occasion, Mala, there were directions passed upon the respondents that they'll bring on record documents by way of affidavit, Mala. And that has not been filed, Mala. But now the issue in question, my lord, it relates to production. My lord, the petitioners were involved in this particular, my lord, work is they are involved in the production of natural gas and resource or natural gas and crude oil. My lord, the respondent authorities, my lord, without hearing the petitioner, my lord, unilaterally got them registered under the specified land act, my lord. But now what the situation arises, my lord, the entire act, the virus of the act, my lord, is under challenge before the Honorable Supreme Court of India. But the matter is pending before the constitutional validity is pending before the 9 judges bench of the Honorable Supreme Court, my lord. Considering all these aspects, my lord, on the earlier occasion, lordship is pleased to grant the order of not to partake any coercive action against the petitioner and directed them to bring on records, my lord. But the records have to be brought on record and it has to be heard, madam. Lordship, 3 weeks time, to file affidavit.
The 3 weeks don't serve any purpose. You'll again ask for another 3 weeks. You take 6 weeks, but as last chance.
The interim order may be
Yes,
extended.
Mr.
Vishwanath B Chatterjee.
B. Chatterjee, learned counsel is present on behalf of the petitioner. Mr. B. Gogoi, learned standing counsel, Finance and Taxation Department, Assam, appearing for the official respondents, submits that instructions as called for are still awaited. Therefore, some more time be granted to filing affidavit. On the request of Mr. Gogoi, 6 weeks further time is granted to the respondents to file affidavit. Let the matter be listed after 6 weeks. Interim order passed earlier to continue.
I'm led by Mr. Nair Malik in the matter.
Yes, yes.
I'm extremely obliged.
Item 36.
Made with your lordship, my lord, this matter become infructuous. Lordship may kindly have a look the last order, paragraph 7. There is a direction from this honorable court to dispose of the representation filed by the petitioner.
That was rejected by the director
Yes,
lordship in
they have
violation
to
of
challenge.
35 lordship.
So
matter
you'll
may
have
be
to
heard-
challenge.
They have to
challenge the
challenge.
No, lordship, matter may be heard after 2 weeks.
No. The matter will be heard. You challenge this order.
I am giving her a
Lordship,
copy.
my senior is now hospitalized, so I have to take instruction from
They have to challenge that order, my lord.
after 2 weeks. Lordship.
You are practically emotionally
No, we-
pressurizing the court. Huh? What will happen?
No, lordship, he is hospitalized for his pacemaker implantation. So sometime required, lordship.
Heard Miss P. Sharia, learned counsel for the petitioner, also heard Miss M. D. Bora, learned
Standing counsel, Transport Department.
Transport Department, Assam, who submits that in terms of the directions contained in para 7 of the order dated 19/7/2023, passed in this proceeding. The Director of Inland Water Transport Department, Assam, has disposed of the petition, representation submitted by the petitioner on 23/11/22 by the order dated 9/8/2022-23, and therefore nothing survives for adjudication in this writ petition. Ms. Saharia, however, submits that her senior is in hospital, and therefore this matter be posted again after 3 weeks so as to enable her to obtain instruction. Prayer allowed? Please
Obliged.
accordingly.
Obliged, my lord. Lordship may keep the instruction at the part of the
Copy of the order dated 9/8/2023 be retained in the record.
deeply obliged, my lord.
Item 37.
Those are the LAKs, enhancement of the compensation, in view of the Supreme Court.
All right,
order,
if you notice then,
Yes, ma'am.
heard Mr. H. K. Das Lanet, the counsel for the appellant, this appeal is directed against the judgment in order dated 21/12/2019, passed by the Lanet District Judge Gwalpara in connection with LA case number 25 of 2013. Full stop. The appellant is seeking enhancement of the amount of compensation. Issue notice returnable in 6 weeks. Enhancement of compensation in connection with LA bracket reference bracket close case number 25 of 2013. Issue notice returnable in 6 weeks. Mr. N. Goswami, learned standing, learned government advocate Assam, appears and accepts notice for respond number 3. Petitioner takes the service of notice upon respond number 1 and 2. And the other matter is same.
Same, madam.
And you order of date.
Date of judgment also, sir.
Item 40.
In this matter, the respondents have just filed an affidavit yesterday. Your lordship will allow us some time to file a reply to this one.
Mr. I. Chaudhary, and senior counsel submit that copy of the affidavit filed by the respond number.
All the respondents,
Sole respondent has been served.
all the respondents.
All the.
Perhaps it has not even come on record.
Yes.
So filed on behalf of the respondents has been served upon his junior only yesterday, and therefore, how much time?
3 weeks.
3 weeks time be granted to seek instruction and file rejoinder. Mr. P.J. Sekal and senior counsel appearing for the respondents does not oppose the prayer made by the petitioner's counsel. In view of the above, let this matter be listed again after 4 weeks by tagging the pleadings filed by the respective parties with the record of this case.
Interim to come.
Interim order passed earlier to continue.
Item 41.
Made pleasure. In this case, my petitioner expired, my lord, day before this.
I got the information before yesterday, I will file a petition. 2 weeks time, we can.
To SK and Mohammed only counsel for the petitioner submit that the petitioner is expired and therefore he be granted 3 weeks to
Yes.
file appropriate application for substitution of the legal heirs. They are allowed, Mr. accordingly. Madam?
I think it's at 11:45, item 1.
Where is it? We'll take it up on Monday then. On Monday, you are there? Mr. Giuddin, learned counsel for the petitioner is present on the request of Mr. R. Dubey, learned standing counsel, State Election Commission. This matter is directly posted for motion again on Monday, that is 14/8. Mr. P. Handy, learned standing counsel, PNRD Assam is present on behalf of the department.
Pending matter item 17.
Lordship, may kindly take up item number 18.
Acha,
Lordship,
you asked the counsel to be present.
he was here, Lordship,
I'll just rise for 5 minutes.
he was here. Sorry, Lordship.
Well, I got. Well, in fact, what has happened, my lord, the last election was held sometime in December.
No, we are not concerned with panchayat. It's a matter of filling up a post of vice president. That is very different from panchayat.
I got to what the election has to be held now. The only thing, Lord,
If you don't hold it, we'll ask someone else to hold it.
no, we
That's
will
all.
hold it, your lordship, you can direct, my lord. Only thing, Lord, there are.
No, you examine the matter on Monday, we'll pass an order. Don't be in a hurry.
Can it be taken at 2 on Monday, my lord?
We'll see. Why?
I'll be returning from outside, Lord.
All right. You ask your junior to, or you ask your junior to remain present. We'll mark your presence and pass an order. Yes.
Item 17 and 18.
May please, your Lordship. Lordship, item number 18, Lordship. If your Lordship may kindly take up item number 18 first. Lordship, what has happened, Lordship? In this case, Lordship, an adjudication order, firstly, a SOCOS notice was issued to me. I'm an exempted unit, Lordship. I had submitted a reply in the year 2020 itself that I'm an exempted unit. Thereafter, Lordship, I thought the matter has been dropped. After 2 years, Lordship, that is, Lordship, in the year 2022, I received an adjudication order, Lordship. An adjudication order was passed against me, Lordship, on 2/2/2022. Lordship, this order was time barred because the order has to be passed within 1 year of the SOCOS notice. They have passed after 2 years of SOCOS notice. After 2 years of SOCOS notice, Lordship, I went to the appeal challenging this order. Lordship, this order in original dated 2/2/2022 was received on 8/4/2022. I have a Lordship, the consignment receipt. So Lordship, I filed an appeal before the appellate authority. The appeal has been rejected, saying that you have filed it beyond 60 days because the appellate authority has counted the 60 days from the date of passing of the order, not from the date of receipt of the order, Lordship. Because the order has to be, Lordship, 60 days has to be counted from the date of receipt of the order. If date of receipt is counted as a date, Lordship, then my appeal is on time within 60 days. I have filed within 52 days.
When did you receive the order?
Lordship, the order was received on 8/4/2022. Lordship, this is item number 18, Lordship. Page 190.
And where is the order of the appellate authority?
Lordship, the order of the appellate authority is at page 99. Lordship, if your Lordship may kindly see page 104. Paragraph 7.
Yes.
Lordship, going by the above mentioned serial number 3A of section 85, section 85 3A is the appellate, Lordship, which prescribes the time limit. I will place the Lordship section 85 3A. the period of 2 months in the instant case would have expired on 1/4/2022. Whereas the appeal has been filed on 1/6/2022. The appellant's claim of having received the order in original on Lordship, it will be 8/4/2022. This is a typographical mistake, is without any basis, and it was made clear at the time of personal hearing. Apart from, he has not submitted any cogent reason for delay in filing of the instant appeal. As such, without going into the merits, instant appeal cannot be taken up as it is time barred and is thus rejected and disposed of. Lordship, Lordship, he has dismissed my appeal on being time barred. Lordship, at page 98, it is the Lordship, the consignment which I a track consignment which I page 98. Lordship, the second one, 8/4/2022. This is item delivered Meena to Meena Gurawat. Lordship, this is me. I'm the proprietor of the company. So it has been delivered to me on 8/4/2022. This 2/2/2022 order has been delivered to me on 8/4/2022. So that is why in the appeal, in the memo of appeal, Lordship, I have written that I have received this order on Lordship 8/4/2022. At page 71 is my memo of appeal, wherein I have written that I have been communicated with this order on 8/4/2022. So from 8/4/2022, Lordship, if the date is counted 1/6/2022, Lordship, my appeal is on time. Lordship, if I may please, section 83 of Lordship, the appellate, section 85.
Yes, it has been quoted. Yes, Dr. Gogoi. what-
Section 85 to wait.
Lordship, I beg to instruction first. Whatever my learned friend has mentioned, your Lordship, let me take first instruction. Within a week, I will satisfy before this honorable court.
Within a week, we'll have to issue notice.
Lordship.
Lordship, I have Lordship placed the section 85 only for my satisfaction, Lordship. Otherwise,
No, it has been quoted in the order. I've seen it.
Lordship, yes, yes.
Then
Yes, your Lordship.
you want to show it doubly.
No, your Lordship, it's been quoted in order, Lordship. See. 85(3)(a). So
Otherwise, my stand is very clear. Whatever the passed by order, this honorable court by our executing authority. That there is no need time, but what is the reason for delaying of not filing of this appeal within the time we have mentioned? Still, I feel let them.
No, she's brought document to show that it was served on her client on 8/4.
Let me,
How this matter has been dealt with.
let me first of all, I will take
Not
this.
Miss N. Haveli, learned counsel appearing for the petitioner. Assailing the judgment and order dated 17/5/2023 passed by the Commissioner Bracket Appeals, CGST, Central Excise and Customs, rejecting the appeal preferred by the petitioner against the adjudicatory order dated 02/02/2022 on the ground that the same was filed beyond the prescribed period of limitation without proper explanation. The instant writ petition has been filed. By referring to the materials available on record, Ms. Havelia has argued that there are documentary evidence to show that the copy of the order dated 02/02/2022 was received by the petitioner only on 08/04/2022, and therefore the appeal having been presented on 01/06/2022 was evidently within the period of 2 months from the date of the receipt of the order as prescribed by section 85, serial number 3, subsection 3A.
3.
Subsection 3A of the Finance Act 1994. Under the circumstances, submits Ms. Havelia, the impugned judgment and order dated 17/5/2023 is vitiated by perversity and hence is liable to be set aside by this court. Dr. B.N. Gogoi, learned standing counsel, GST authorities, prays for some time to obtain instruction in the matter. Issue notice of motion returnable in 4 weeks. Since Dr. Gogoi has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of all the respondents, no formal notice is required to be sent in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned department counsel so as to enable him to obtain instruction and file affidavit. What interim order you want?
no coercive action.
Heard on the prayer of interim relief, having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case. This court is of the opinion that the petitioner has succeeded in making out a prima facie case. As such, by way of an ad interim measure, it is hereby provided that no coercive action shall be initiated against the petitioner until further orders.
Lordship. Item number 17, Lordship. Lordship is almost similar. Only thing is that, Lordship, I have filed it within 60 days. The other facts are same. The time barred order is there. My Lordship, I have filed the appeal beyond 60 days, but within a period of 90 days, Lordship. It has section 85(3)(a) provides. Section 85(3)(a). Let's say there is a proviso in section 85(3)(a).
Where is the impugned order?
Lordship, the impugned order is at page 138. And Lordship, the operative portion is at page 146 down below. Lordship, 146, paragraph 15. Is 25 days, this is the 25 days delay, but Lordship, section 85(3)(a) provides that it can be Lordship filed within 60 days and
But the commissioner says no explanation has been furnished.
Lordship,
Yes.
the appellant was provided by sufficient cause, Lordship, from present appeal within the prescribed. Lordship, because
Where is your explanation?
Lordship, my explanation is that, Lordship, the order which has been passed, Lordship, passed by Lordship, earlier the adjudication proceedings were taken up by the Divisional authority. Finally, the adjudication order was passed by the Edgewall authority. It took some time for me to bring all the papers and documents from there, and thereafter there.
Where
that's
is
the
it
reason
stated?
why.
It? Where is your
Lordship,
explanation?
my appeal as ST appeal is page 109. Lordship, I had filed an Lordship condonation of delay petition, but Lordship, that was not accepted by the authority, even though I had filed it. Page.
Where is your condonation of delay application?
Page 109, Lordship.
Let us see the explanation. Where is the explanation for delay?
Lordship,
No worries.
there is an explanation. We have filed an appeal. Lordship, page 135. Page 135 is mine. Page 135, Lordship, second paragraph. In this regard, with reference, we would like to bring that agreed by the notice of demand by the Edgewall, we hereby submit the appeal.
Perhaps you have not understood the question, or you have understood the question but don't have an answer. Which of the two? I am asking you, where is your explanation for condoning the delay of whatever days beyond
Lordship,
60 days? Where is the explanation?
Lordship, this was the application for condonation of delay which was filed with explanations why I have delayed. Lordship, it is in this regard like to state that due to ill health of the SSC's mother staying at Delhi in the month of June 2022 and thereafter his own sister's death at Gangaram Hospital, Delhi in the month of July 2022, with this cause of delay submitted by the papers to the
Right,
consultant.
so that's some explanation.
Yes.
That has not been dealt with.
Lordship, only 25 days delay was there, and that was Lordship condonation because Lordship 85
I had
itself
heard
provides.
an Avalia learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner, assailing the judgment and order dated 21/4/2023 passed by the Commissioner bracket appeals bracket close CGST, Central Excise and Customs, rejecting the appeal referred by the petitioner against the adjudicatory order dated 9/5/2022 on the ground that the appeal having been preferred beyond the period of 2 months. And there being no proper explanation for the delay of 25 days in preferring the appeal.
25 days.
25 days. The same was rejected as being barred by limitation, full stop. By referring to the interim judgment and order dated 21/4/2023 passed by the learned Commissioner appeal, Ms. Havelius submits that in the application for condonation of delay, it has been clearly mentioned that during the relevant period, petitioner's mother was seriously ill and his sister had died. Under the circumstances, it was incumbent upon the learned, if Lordship, it was incumbent upon the respondent number 2, that is the Commissioner Appeals, to consider this said explanation, which was not at all done in the present case. Full stop. Hence, the impugned order is liable to be set aside by this court. Mr. Dr. B.N. Gopal, understanding counsel, CGST authority.
Pointing say also paragraph 11. Paragraph 11 of 143.
See, we will set aside these orders and remand it. You can't impose call this kind of a notice and not hear the party on delay or whatever. What delay? The Commissioner appeal should have heard, or is it that if he goes into merit, he has to allow the appeal? What are these matters? One can understand somebody deliberately delaying it. He has come up with explanation that mother is ill, sister has died. This is not sufficient explanation. 25 days delay.
Lords,
You file whatever you want.
Lords,
This is the order will pass. We just want to give you an opportunity. That's all. Set aside. Dr. B.N. Gogul and its standing counsel CGST authorities appearing for respondent numbers 1, 2, and 3 have prayed for some time to obtain instruction in the matter. Issue notice of motion returnable in 4 weeks. Since the respondents are already represented, no formal notice is required to be sent in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned department counsel so as to enable him to obtain instruction. This case along with item number 20, heard on the prayer of interim relief, having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case, it is hereby provided that till the returnable date, no coercive action will be initiated against the petition. Best recourse in these matters is to get it set aside and get the appeal heard on merit. But you are not willing to concede that, so we'll pass an adjudicator. What is the scope to take a different view in these matters? Somebody is agreed by an adjudicatory order leaving an amount. This issue will not be heard on merit. And what is the delay here? What is the delay? This delay is within 90 days. Somebody's sister has died, mother was ill. That's not explanation. All right, you do whatever you want. Yes.
Lordship, the petitioner are functioning as a president, vice president, and members of the Jamatarhar, Goripur, and Devitala Anshalik Panchayat from 2013 to 2018.
What is the judgment 4/1/2023? Where is it? Is it covered?
Yes, my lord, it's a totally covered case.
Only thing where they will verify and if found eligible, they will be paid. That is the.
What is this prayer here? Take down. Mr. Your name, please?
M. Hussain.
M. Hussain, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner. The writ petitioners also heard.
P. Handig,
P. Handig, learned standing counsel, PNRD Department, Assam, appearing for the respondent numbers.
1, 4, 5, and 6.
1, 3. Why not 3?
1, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Commissioner Panchayat, you are not representing.
I am.
Then why are you not saying 3?
1, my lord, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm sorry.
5, 6, 7, and 8. Mr. B. Gogoi, learned SC Finance, appearing for respondent number 2, and Mr. M. Goswami, learned Government Advocate Assam for respondent number 4. Full stop. The writ petitioners hearing have joined together to approach this court by filing the instant writ petition. Inter alia contending that they have not been paid remuneration for the duties rendered by them as presidents and vice presidents of Anchalik Panchayat. Full stop. Mr. Hussain submits that the petitioner's case is covered by the judgment and order dated
4/1/2020.
2023 passed by the learned single judge of this court in WPC number 3662 of 2018 and the batch of connected writ petitions. And therefore, the instant writ petition be also disposed of in the light of the aforesaid judgment. First up, the learned departmental counsel have also submitted that the instant case is covered by the earlier decision of this court. Mr. B. Gogoi, learned SC Finance, however, submits that the respondents be directed to verify the claim of each of the petitioners before initiating steps for release of their remuneration. First up.
My lord, the directions in the covered case are from para 39 to 42, my lord, for your kind perusal. 39 to 42.
By taking note of similar grievance expressed by the petitioners in WPC number so and so and the batch of connected writ petitions, the learned single judge had passed judgment and order dated 04/01/2023 by making the following observations and directions. There are 39 to 43 quoted here. In view of the stand taken by the learned counsel for the respondents, this writ petition is therefore disposed of by providing that the petitioner's cases be also processed in the light of the judgment and order dated so and so, and their salaries be released upon due verification of the claim of the respective petitioners. The writ petition stands disposed of accordingly. Yes.
Obliged.
Item 43.
It is a bench 4 matter, your lordship. Settlement of Sen Mahal, your lordship. Bench 4.
Bench 4. I mentioned it is bench 4 only within here.
Yes.
But then, my lord, there is small mistake, small rectification in IA. You can just pass on order on that. One
What
small
rectification?
rectification.
What rectification?
My lord, actually, the name of the district I have wrongfully mentioned as Kamru, but it should be Borpeta actually. Actually, it's the forest district is not Kamru, so I made the mistake from there. So it is.
That mistake is an order dated 19/5/2020.
Yes, my lord.
Where is it? Where is it? Which line?
No, it's not in the line, my lord. In the first line, first page, cost item.
In the cost title.
First page, ma'am.
What is the name of the district?
It should be Borpeta, but I wrongfully mentioned it as Kamru. It's an IA 1502, ma'am.
Where is IA?
IA 1688. There and
so we'll just allow this IA and
Very well.
later you file a amended cost title.
yes,
After that, rest of the orders will be considered. Heard Mrs. S. Goswami, learned counsel appearing to the applicant. Also heard Mr. R. Gogoi, learned standing counsel Forest Department Assam appearing for the
Respond number 2, 3 and lordship 5.
opposite party numbers 2, 3. Respond numbers 2, 3
And 5.
and 5. Mr. N. Goswami, learned government advocate Assam is present on behalf of respond numbers 1, 4 and 6. This IA has been filed by the petitioner in WPC number 2783 of 2023 with a prayer to allow him to amend the cause title of the writ petition by inserting the correct name of the district, district therein. According to the applicant, the correct name of the district ought to have been Borpeta, but it has been erroneously mentioned as Kamrup district. The prayer, I have heard submissions made by Ms. Goswami, learned counsel for the applicant. The prayer made by the applicant appears to be innocuous and therefore deserves to be considered by this case. The learned counsel for the respondents have also submitted that they would have no objection if the prayer is allowed. In view of the above, the petitioner is permitted to amend the cause title of the writ petition by inserting Kamrup Metro. Is it Kamrup Metro?
No,
Kamrup,
it's Borpeta. I made
Acha,
Kamrup, but it
by,
should be Borpeta.
replacing Kamrup district within quotes, Kamrup unquote district by inserting Borpeta within quotes district. Amended cost title be filed within 2 weeks from today. The registry to list the writ petition thereafter along with the connected IA for necessary orders. This IA is disposed of. Yes.
All right.
May I please your lordship, my lord? My lord, this is a case, my lord. This FIR was filed by the, my lord, brother of the deceased persons, my lord. And my lord, he filed an FIR, my lord, before the, my lord, Nagaon police station, my lord, which your lordship will find Annexure 1, my lord. And as per FIR, his brother was killed by some, my lord, persons, and investigation shall be made, my lord. And my lord, your lordship kindly come to the Annexure 2, my lord. One person has been arrested, my lord. Your lordship kindly come to the ground of arrest 22A, my lord.
What is the relief you are seeking?
I am seeking relief simple, my lord. The investigation shall be done either by the CID, my lord, Criminal Investigation Department, or my lord, I have filed a representation before the Director General of Police, my lord, as the Commissioner Home. Till today, they are not acted upon all this, my lord. Because, my lord, 164 statement, one of the accused person has stated 3 names, my lord. They have arrested one, other 2 were not arrested, my lord. Due to, my lord, political high-handedness and others, my lord.
You have
I
instructed.
have got the instruction, my lord. In this regard, I pray for 2 weeks time to file affidavit, but the action, my lord, on the part of the police that they have taken, my lord, appropriately, as has been informed to us, my lord. Out of 2 persons alleged to have involved, my lord, in this case, one was arrested, one is, my lord, left Assam, India, my lord, now he is in Saudi Arab. All steps have been taken to trace him out. That is the present position. Not that police has not taken any steps.
Not only
police has taken all steps. So that is why, my lord, to apprise your lordship, my lord, including, my lord, up to date steps taken by the police authorities, I will file a affidavit.
Let him file the affidavit.
Yes.
Heard
Weeks
Mr.
time. Weeks time.
Chaudhary, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner, alleging. No, you're right. The petitioner has alleged that the police has failed to conduct investigation properly in connection with Nagaon PS case number 67/2023, registered under section 447/302 IPC, based on Ezahar dated 24/1/2023, and therefore investigation in the connected police case be handed over to the CID or to any other independent investigating agency. First of Mr. B. Goswami, learned additional LP Assam appearing for the state, submits that he has received instructions and therefore we granted 2 weeks time to file affidavit projecting the steps taken so far by the police in connection with investigation in the aforesaid PS case. The prayer made by Mr. Goswami is reasonable and therefore stands allowed. Let this matter be listed again after 3 weeks, along with the affidavit to be filed by the respondents.
In this case, I have received the instruction, lordship, 2 weeks time may be allowed for filing available, lordship.
My lord, this is for a recent writers actually. Their livelihood is at stake. My lord, they are not allowed to go, participate in the court activities regularly, which they used to do. That's the reason. Now we have submitted already petitions to the, before the deputy commissioner, but then,
What is the matter about?
my lord, on, my lord, actually, it is in page number 14. The transgression part is in page number 13, but then, page number is 14. My lord, যিহেতু it is a তৰণী সকলৰ কৰ্তব্য হ'ল, may I read it? কৰ্তব্য হ'ল অনুমতি সাপেক্ষে আদালতত আৰু কাৰ্যালয়ৰ নিৰ্দিষ্ট চৌহদত বহি জনসাধাৰণৰ বাবে আবেদন লিখা আৰু নিজে টাইপ কৰা। কিন্তু দেখা গৈছে কিছুমান তৰণীৰ কামবোৰ নিজৰ পৰিৱৰ্তে আবেদনসমূহ লিখা বা টাইপ কৰিবলৈ অকৰ্তৃত্বশীল ব্যক্তিক নিয়োগ কৰিছে। গতিকে ইয়াৰ দ্বাৰা নিৰ্দেশ দিয়া হৈছে যে তৰণীসকলে কেৱল নিৰ্দিষ্ট চৌহদৰ ভিতৰৰ পৰা বহি কাম কৰিব লাগিব আৰু কোনো আবেদনকাৰী হৈ বিলাসীপাৰা মহকুমাধিপতিৰ কাৰ্যালয়, বিলাসীপাৰা বা চক্ৰ বিষয়া কাৰ্যালয় প্ৰৱেশ কৰিব নোৱাৰিব। অনুমোদিত ডিড লিখকৰ বাহিৰে কোনো তৰণীয়ে উপযুক্ত কাৰণ নহলে বিলাসীপাৰা উপ-পঞ্জীয়কৰ কাৰ্যালয়ত প্ৰৱেশ কৰিব নোৱাৰিব। Well, the problem is their duty is to go and to serve the documents of the advocates or on behalf of the clients, my lord. So if they cannot move around, then how they will do? And my lord, besides that, they are in this part, my lord, is given that my lord. The problem is, my lord, is in their constitution. It is specifically been given that a petition writer will have to work for minimum 3 years before they are appointed as a petition writer or they get a license to act as a petition writer. But if they are not allowed to, any junior petition writer is not allowed to work under any petition writer or advocate, then how can they will learn or get the license?
So people with license, why they can't be, why they are not permitted to enter the office?
We have the instruction to file affidavit also.
What instruction you have? No, you tell us what is the instruction?
Lordship, according to Lordship, Rule 3 of Lordship, Section 55A of the CRPC Lordship. The court, but they shall not access the office of any court, Lordship.
Office of any court, but you have to support. May I read the section? A petition writer shall, for the purpose of performing the ministerial part of the work, the pleaders or advocates and also the litigant have access to the work of to any court in connection with the case and shall approach such as ministerial officers as may in the behalf
So
of
Ms.
the
Goswami, let him file the affidavit, then we'll pass an order. Since he has got, he's taking recourse to some legal provision, we'll have to give a reasoned order. Let him file. Heard Ms. S. Goswami, Learned Counsel for the writ petitioners. Also heard writ petitioner, also heard Mr. N. Goswami, and a government advocate Assam who submits that he has received the instruction of the matter and shall bring it on record in the form of an affidavit within 2 weeks from today. In view of the assurance given by Mr. Goswami, and a government advocate Assam, this matter is directed to be listed again after. You want a fixed date?
Yes, madam.
When?
Earlier is possible.
On 8th of September 2023 as a fixed item. The counter affidavit on behalf of the department authorities shall positively be brought on record on or before 28th of August. So as to enable the petitioner to file rejoinder. Okay.
May it please your lordship. Lordship, the matter may kindly be passed over for the time being. Lordship, my senior is on legs.
Time being, yes, but if the list is exhausted, then I'll rise.
Lordship, under.
Lordship, here in this case, no instruction received, your lordship.
Huh?
No instruction has been received till date, your lordship.
Yes, lordship.
Let me instruction.
Let him obtain instruction. Then.
Yes, lordship. 4 weeks time.
The petitioner's counsel is present on the prayer of Mr. S.K. Medhil and
PK Medhil,
PK Medhil and counsel for the respond numbers.
1 to 4, your lordship. All the respondents.
4 weeks further time is
Lordship, can it be less than 4 weeks? Because on 21/7.
3.5 weeks further time is granted. That is fine.
Lordship,
Why are you unnecessarily making?
no,
What if
Lordship, there is an issue of interim order also, which is to be taken into consideration. So,
3 weeks further time is granted to the respondent's counsel to obtain instruction and file affidavit? List the matter again after 3 weeks as a fixed item.
Lordship, a date, a date.
You calculate from today as a fixed item, I said.
Lordship, please.
Yes. Yes.
My agreement has been now terminated, and subsequent to the termination, I had filed a representation because there were certain alimonies that was being found out against me, which stood clarified. Now, the FIR is also pending. On the last occasion, Your Lordship, there was a order passed by saying that my representation can be disposed of in spite of the fact that the writ petition is pending, has still not been done, and I don't think anybody is appearing also today.
Who is for the respondents? What is the matter really? Mr.
Yes, Your Lordship, this is relating to a tender which was given to me in regards to a parking lot in Ganeshguri. Now, subsequent to that agreement, I had deposited some money, I have been operating it. There were certain allegations made against my operation that there were money being collected unofficially. Now, subsequently, based on that, my agreement was terminated by issuing a show cause notice. Subsequently, they found out that this money was actually not collected by me. It was collected by somebody else, and an FIR is also being filed to that effect. There is an admission to that effect also before the FIR. So subsequently, I have represented before the department. That is also pending. The representation is at page 51 on 16th of July. At para 4, that one of such group fosters under the name of Decca Tours and Travels have illegally raised a bill to NKTV. Now, that's my client who used to use the parking space, claiming an amount of rupees so-and-so as parking fees for the month of 23 in respect of a parking space allotted to us. On being detected, we have filed an FIR with the Dispur police station against this group of fraudsters enclosing the copy of the bill raised by them. It is evident that these hands have deliberately been involved in the act of so-and-so. This money was collected without my consent. And they have admitted this.
Who had collected the money? Decca Tours.
Yes, this is Your Lordship, that statement is at 49. This is a part of the FIR. Some Mukul Ranjan Bhuya who belongs to that organization. And he says that I also used to collect the parking fee from the parking stall without mentioning anybody's name as to when I got an opportunity, solely responsible for whatever mistake has been done in this regard.
So you want this representation dated 16/7/2023?
Yes, because now that alimonies has already been taken care of. The department can decide on that.
All right, I heard Mr. R.B. Fukan, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner. None has appeared for the respondents. Although the name of learned standing counsel GMC, so GDD have been duly reflected in the cause list today. The writ petitioner hearing was the sitting lessee of the parking slot at Ganeshguri flyover. On receipt of some false input, now, according to the petitioner, on receipt of some false input, the authorities had issued show cause notice dated 23/6/2023 and subsequently terminated the lease, parking lease, terminated the lease agreement.
Yes.
By order dated 11/7/2023. Without considering the reply dated 23/6/2023 furnished by the petitioner. According to the petitioner, some fraudsters were collecting money as parking fees from some persons in the name of the petitioner, and having detected the said anomaly, the petitioner had lodged an FIR with the Dispur police station by enclosing a copy of the bill raised to NKTV by one operator in the name and style of Messrs. Decca Tours and Travels. Based on the FIR, A police case has also been registered. Full stop. Moreover, the petitioner has submitted a representation dated 16/7/2023 before the
Joint Commissioner,
Joint Commissioner
James.
of Guwahati Municipal Corporation, bringing the aforesaid facts to its notice with a request to revoke the order of termination of the settlement of parking slot. However, till today, no action has been taken on the said representation. Full stop. Aggrieved thereby, the instant writ petition has been filed. Full stop. The learned standing counsel for the GMC stroke GDDA are not present today. As such, it is not known as to what is the stand of the respondent authorities in the matter, although notice appears to have been served upon the said authorities. In view of the above, this court is left with no other option but to dispose of the writ petition with a direction upon the respondent number. We'll give the direction to Commissioner, respondent number 3, to consider the representation dated 16/7/2023, bracket annexure J, bracket close to the writ petition, and dispose of the same with a reasoned order after hearing the version of the petitioner and on due application of mind on the facts and circumstances as well as the documents produced before it. The aforesaid exercise be carried out and completed as expeditiously as possible, but not later than 3 weeks from the date of receipt of a certified copy of this order. Writ petition stands disposed of.
Extremely grateful.
For orders, item 48.
I'm appearing for the private respondents,
Says steps.
Lordship, step has already been taken just yesterday. Lordship, services are waiting.
All right, Mr. Islam, counsel for the petitioner submits that steps for service of notice upon respondent numbers 5,
7.
6,
Respondent 7.
respondent number 7 has been taken only yesterday. And therefore, the matter will be posted along with service report. Mr. A. Chomual, counsel for the
Respondent 6.
respondent number 6 is present.
Respondent number 5.
So also is Mr. P. Hendik, learned SC PNRD for respondent number 5, and Mr. N. Goswami, learned Government Advocate Assam for this state. In view of the submission made at the bar, registered to list this case again after 3 weeks. along with service report.
Item 49.
Lordship. Lordship, matter may be come up for admission hearing.
Partisan served.
Yes.
But my instruction says that in the month of February, 18th of February 23, amount has been sanctioned by DC. Possibly this is an payment of ex gratia amount. Already petitioner might have got the amount.
So there is a sanction already, Lordship. They are allowed to provide.
I have no.
You take it, then we'll close it. If you have any grievance, you come.
Admission, yes. 18th of February. No,
Lordship,
It has been released.
18th of June, 2023, sanction order.
1 lakh ex gratia.
1 lakh.
So we'll close it. You check up with your client. Mr.
R. Yasin, Lordship.
Huh?
R. Yasin. R. Yasin, YSN.
R. Yasin, learned counsel is present on behalf of the petitioner. Mr. D. K. Nath, learned
I'm
counsel
for
is,
respondent number 3.
and Mr. D. Nath, learned counsel has appeared for respondent number 3. Mr. A. Das for respondent number.
1 year.
She really and Mr. And Mr. R. K. D. Chaudhary for respondent number 7. The learned counsel for the respondents have submitted copies of the order dated 18/6/2023 and 21/6/2023 to submit that in terms of the sanction letter dated 18/6/2023, a sum of rupees 1 lakh as ex gratia payment has already been released in favor of the petitioner. And therefore, therefore, the order of this court has been duly complied with. Mr. Yasin, however, submits that he does not have any instruction on that behalf. Be that as it may, upon perusal of the orders dated 18/6/2023 and 21/6/2023, this court finds that the amount has already been released in favor of the petitioner As such, by retaining a copy of the orders dated 18/6 and 21/6, this contempt case stands closed. If the petitioner has any grievance in the matter, it will be open for her to approach this court once again. By filing appropriate.
May I please your lordship?
Which order has been violated?
Lordship High Court's order dated 12/4/2023. In Annexure 1, page number 9 to 12, lordship.
Your name, please?
HMS Ilahi.
HMS Ilahi and date of the order, the single respondent, 8 weeks. Steps.
Item 51.
My lord, I am for the writ petitioner. My lord, I may kindly be allowed to amend the writ petition by inserting a prayer for compensation, my lord.
You filed an application for amendment? Have you
No.
filed application for amendment? You have to file an application for amendment.
My lord.
Your name, please?
LP Nath, my lord.
LP Das.
Nath.
LP Nath. Mr. LP Nath, learned counsel has appeared for the petitioner and submits that the writ petition is required to be amended and therefore he be granted 3 weeks time to file appropriate application seeking leave to amend the writ petition.
I am
Mr.
appearing for respondent number 5, S. Rabha.
Mr. S. Rava is present on behalf of respondent number 5 and Taraguru, Mr. A. Ms. A. Going. Learned CGC for respondent number 1. On the request of Mr. Nath, this matter stands adjourned for 3 weeks. We file
Right.
application, then we'll.
My lord.
Item 52.
Please, your lordship. Lordship, the underlying writ petition has already been disposed of, your lordship. The disposal order, your lordship, is at annexure 10, your lordship. The matter here pertains to
Annexure?
that there was an advertisement.
Yes, then.
The advertisement, your lordship, inviting for applications for the post of Gaon Pradhan. We approach his honorable court, your lordship, stating that the advertisement which laid down certain stipulations were not followed by the, were not there with the respondent number 3. Your lordship, if your lordship comes to page number 11 for a moment, your lordship, that is the order of disposal. Your lordship had directed us to prefer an appeal under rule 162C before the divisional commissioner.
Yes.
Yes, your lordship, the appellant, the applicant here, your lordship, approached the offices of the divisional commissioner to only realize that the offices have been shifted from there. The address which have been laid down in the online, your lordship, is Pan Bazaar. There is no office. So what we had done is, your lordship, we had preferred the appeal before the deputy commissioner, which is not the relevant authority. So we, your lordship, this IA has been preferred, taking directions for the government, your lordship, for respondent number 1 to kindly accept our appeal, your lordship. There's no authority as such now to take up the appeal. The divisional commissioner's office.
Lordship, as per notification dated 17/7/23, the post of divisional commissioner has been abolished, lordship. The administrative and statutory power has been handed over to GAD, Principal Secretary, General Administrative Department, lordship. Now, all the appeals will go to the GAD.
So the deputy commissioner will transmit it to the.
Lordship.
Hmm.
17/7.
Okay.
Take down by the order dated
11/4.
11/4/2023 passed in WPC number 625.
Yes.
Public 2023. The writ petition preferred by the petitioner was disposed of by granting leave to prefer an appeal under rule 162(c) of the executive instructions framed under Assam Land and Revenue Regulation, 1886. Before the jurisdictional divisional commissioner. According to the applicant to writ petitioner, an appeal was preferred before the divisional commissioner, but by that time, the post of divisional commissioner was abolished by the government of Assam, as a result of which the applicant had presented the appeal before the
Deputy
deputy commissioner of
Borpeta.
Corpeta,
Borpeta, Your Lordship.
so as to meet the timeline provided in the order of the court. First up, Mr. Sharma, learned counsel for the applicant, submits that as on date, there is no divisional commissioner in Assam, and therefore the appeal is required to be transmitted to the appropriate authority under an order of this court. Hence, this IA has been filed. In a disposed of writ petition.
Yes, yes.
Full stop. Mr. S. Datta, learned standing counsel.
Revenue and disaster management. Revenue and disaster management department.
Revenue and Disaster Management Department, Assam, has produced a copy of the order dated 17/7/2023, passed by the Principal Secretary to the Government of Assam, GAD, to submit that after the abolition of the post of divisional commissioners, the Principal Secretary of the GAD department, the GAD Assam, is looking after the functions of the divisional commissioners. Mr. Datta submits that the appeal preferred by the applicant can be considered by the Principal Secretary to the Government of Assam, General Administration Department. In view of the submission made by the learned standing counsel, Revenue Department, this IA is being disposed of with a direction upon the Deputy Commissioner Corpeta to transmit the appeal preferred by the petitioner to the Principal Secretary, Government of Assam, GAD, for hearing, for considering the appeal on merit. The appeal be accordingly considered by the authority deemed to be competent under the statute to hear appeals under section 162C of the executive instructions. A copy of the notification dated 17/7/2023 be retained in the record of this IA. IA stands disposed of.
If your Lordship can grant us the liberty, the protection which was granted by the order dated 8/2/2023.
That is
Already there.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful, Your Lordship.
May it please your lordships. My lord, office note dated 9/8/23 lordships. The petitioner has submitted an affidavit after dusty service on respondent number 528 lordships. It is in flat A lordships.
Where is the acknowledgement of the all right, heard Mr. R. Sharma, learned counsel for the writ petitioners. The writ petitioner also heard Mr. N. Goswami, Government Advocate Assam, appearing for respond numbers 1 to 4. Only 4. Who is for 1, 2, and 3? None has appeared for the respond numbers 1, 2, and 3. Although the name of the standing counsel GMDA is shown in the cause list. In terms of the leave granted by this court by order dated 24/1/2023. Where is the order dated 24/1? There is no such order. The order is 24/7/2023.
Lordship, 24/7.
Why have you written 24/1? 24/7/2023. The petitioner has served dusty notice upon respond numbers 5 to 8, and thereafter filed additional affidavit dated 5/8/2023 by enclosing the acknowledgement of notice issued by the respondent numbers 5 to 8 under their signature as annexure 11. I have perused the same. On perusal of the affidavit as well as the document annexures, annexure 11, this court is of the opinion that the respondent numbers, that service of notice upon respondent numbers 5 to 8 by means of dusty can be accepted by this court. Where is respondent number 7 signature?
Lordships. 7 lordships.
What is his name?
Jotindranath Das lordships. This tick mark is their lordships.
No. There, I find only 3 names here. Acknowledgement.
Lordships, this Jotindranath
Can
Das
be accepted.
is received by Manjit
In
Das
view of the
lordships.
above, registry to verify as to whether any council is entered appearance on behalf of the respondent numbers 5 to 8 and list the matter thereafter for admission.
Interim order.
Order passed earlier to continue. Just check it once.
My lord, in this matter, learned senior counsel Dr. Saraf is appearing. Can it be taken up after 21st because my learned friend wants final disclosure?
Lordship, here alternative remedies there, Lordship. Under section 85 of the Finance Act 1994. And recently, division bench of our High Court passed a order on similar cases, Lordship.
You want it on when? 21st or 22nd?
After 21st month, any day.
Mr. A. Goyal, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioners in this batch of petitions submits that these matters can be taken up for final disposal and therefore the writ petition will be listed as fixed items on 22nd of August 2023. Mr. S. C. Kyle, learned standing counsel GST is present and does not have any objection if the prayer is allowed.
My lord, my learned friend is saying on 24th.
Actually, 24th. In view of the above, let this writ petition be listed again on 24th, 8/2023 as fixed items. Interim orders passed earlier to continue.
Yes.
But in item number 55, Lordship, they have not filed any affidavit. In other matters, they have filed affidavit. So may I?
They're not required, Lordship, because it is on.
You
the-
said already this is a covered matter.
Yes.
Lordship.
What is item 1? Item? Item 1 has been fixed, listed on 14th. Yes, any other matter, part 2 matter, anybody wants to conduct a hearing on a Friday afternoon? Nobody is ready.